I'm blaming Matt. We're a few seconds late, but no one's watching anyhow because we just went live.
All right.
Okay.
Matt wearing his Nordiques hat, which I haven't seen a Nordiques logo in like 10 or 15 years. I don't even remember when they left.
Yeah, New Era, which is a cat manufacturer that's right on the border between U.S. and Canada. It's in Buffalo, American side, but they brought out a line of NHL teams that don't exist. So I bought the Nordique, I bought the Hartford Whalers, and Minnesota North Stars, and I think there's one more. I can't remember what, but hey, it's the inaugural wearing.
We pulled the label off just before the chat. That's why we were late. We have to wait for the label. No. Anyway, hello everybody. Welcome. Episode 200, which I guess is a big deal. Although to me, 204.
Congratulations.
4 years. As you see, we have a special guest in the bottom here, Kai, who is here all the way from Germany, and it is 3 a.m. there. He went to sleep and then woke up to join us live. So, it's dark out there. It's dark where we are. But if we talk long enough, we might see the sun come up. Probably not, because he's northern Europe.
We'll see. We'll see.
We're not worthy.
I'm not worthy. Thanks.
So Kai has been, like I said, watching for many years. I don't know how long you've been watching. Honestly, I wasn't keeping track.
2 years or something. 2 years. Thanks for having me. Anyway, I'm happy to be here.
Popping in, so I was like, yeah, sure, why not?
I think we've been talking for quite some time already. So
on and off, and you've been chatting with David Cowdice as well. Hopefully, he'll show up tonight.
That's right. Yeah.
David Sincere better show up. He has a job to do. He doesn't know that yet.
Yep.
But if you notice in the picture in the corner, there is some very fine print in the bottom corner, but you won't be able. If Dave comes on later, I'll point it out. But anyways, I was just being goofy and trying to figure out what to put in the title, because there's not a lot. Well, there's news, but there's not nothing really earth-shaking, groundbreaking. The Canadian Brick Builders logo has now replaced the Van Gogh. Sorry, Vincent, about that. But that's the way it works.
I will say personally, I mean, I know I'm jumping ahead slightly here, but
yeah.
This is the week where both new sets that got rolled out were like, yes, I will buy that. And most of this year has been like,
Although technically, I think there was another set too that was all the Minecraft sets.
The two that are pictured are like, yes, please.
Yeah, I can understand that. I can totally get that for sure. So yeah, welcome to Kai. Hello, Matt. 200 episodes, and we're not doing anything special. We just, we're hanging out and chatting like we normally would. So
one thing that I would be curious, Kai, about your perception of the Lego in Germany is that my impression is that, for example, the city sub-theme sells much better in Europe than it does in the USA and maybe Canada. Would you say that's true, that the city sub-theme is very popular over there?
Yeah, I would say so. Absolutely. Yeah, you can find it everywhere around here, and you would find a lot of kids playing with it. Well, at least the ones around me have it, and it's given away in all kinds of. If I knew the word, that will happen a lot tonight. I think that I'm missing the words, but
we'll just say you're tired.
Yeah, I'm absolutely tired, and it's very popular. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I don't know about the city space stuff though. I think that's very much a thing for people who were into classic space already, or have been into classic space. So yeah, but we should ask Lego to make sure.
Well, I mean, when you look at the top themes, I think they actually had broken it down by country at one point, or by continent at one point. I think train and city were extremely high in the past. Now, I'm dating myself a bit because that probably came out many years ago, right? Because I'm saying train. Train doesn't really have much of a brand these days because it is rolled into city. But it's interesting. It's interesting to see, and I always thought that was that was kind of weird in that everything is different. Like there's different tastes across the world. At the same time, saying that, it makes sense that train would be more important, more popular in Europe because there's more train travel in Europe than there is here. And
There
things
is,
like that,
yeah.
right? So
Despite the bad train service in Germany at the moment. So,
thank you, Jeff.
yeah.
When I went to Italy in 2001, and my aunt and uncle were living in Milan at the time, and my uncle warned me. He goes, "Well, Italian trains are not always on time." So he's like, "Don't make your connections too tight because you may not arrive in time to get on your next one."
There, I changed the while you were talking. I changed the. Oh, now that guy's in the way. I was like, maybe it'd make sense to have the Canadian Brick Builder logo on the side there.
So,
anyways.
I'm sorry if you have certain questions. I had another question, which was I went to a Lego convention here in Austin, Texas, and we had as the guest leader at the convention the gentleman from England, and whose name I'm forgetting at the moment, but he was the designer of the typewriter set that Lego sold, the Ideas typewriter set, and he gave a nice little workshop on how to put motion into your stuff. So like just some very basic stuff to get like up and down or left to right kind of movement. And he's very good at doing those kinds of Lego constructions. Right. And he was commenting, I asked him about, well, I said, if I ever went to England and I wanted to go to a Lego convention, what is the convention to go to in the United Kingdom? And so he suggested one, which of course now I can't remember what he suggested, but the thing that it was interesting to me, the thing that he commented about our convention in Austin was, he said most of the UK conventions are just a single day. Like everybody comes and they show, and then you pack it all up and you go home. And it's kind of, in the States, it's a 3 or 4 day weekend. Jeff's he's about to come down for 4 days. And what are Lego conventions like in Germany?
There are different ones. They could be 1 day, could be 2 days, could be a weekend, could be 3 days. It depends. I live near Hamburg, and there is one, it's called Steinhanse, which is like, I don't know, 1.5 hours from me where I'm based. And I think that's 2 days every year. I'm not sure when it is, to be honest, but if you want to find out, I think it should be easy to find on the internet.
Well, Jeff is the one who's planning to go to Europe soonest. So.
Yep, I know.
Still planning.
And I mean, Skarbek is not far away from me either. So if anyone is living around where I'm living, Skarbek is easy to reach.
We've talked about, like, when I do get to Germany, Denmark, that we'll try and meet up at some point.
Speaking as a North American, I seem like I hear a lot more about Skarbek than about some of the other locations. Is it known for like attracting some of the most creative builders, or does it just kind of have that reputation because Lego, I guess, co-sponsors it or has some very active role?
I think it's just because they roll in activities as well at the Lego house, right? Like that all in together. So it's like an extended event.
Okay. I think so, yeah.
And all that, like, they have housing on site, like it's a cottage, or it's a bunch of cabins and stuff with a display hall. So I think that also plays in with it, because I hear people saying, "Oh yeah, this we went over to the Swedish cabin and they were giving away these types of snacks and food or drinks and whatever." And then you go to the other cabin. So like it's kind of themed little islands, if you will.
I just know it's quite popular among the Lego community in Germany. So I think people would go there every year, so if they can. So yeah.
Cool.
Waxplat is online as well. It's probably more romanticized in the US than in the UK. Romanticized, are we talking about town or space? Maybe space. Oh, trains, that is. Okay.
Trains, okay.
I worked at a Lego store here in the US, and one of the things I liked about working at the Lego store was just observing what sold fast and what sold slow. And we hardly ever sold a train set. And at one point I said to my manager, and I said, the train set takes up a lot of shelf space, in the store. And yet I have never sold one as an employee. And his comment was, wait till Christmas.
Yeah.
Because
Okay.
it's a high price thing. It's the kind of set that grandparents might buy because, it's like it's somewhat of an old fashioned toy. Like in the US, there's model railroading, which is typically an older hobby. And he was right. We sold all the trains at Christmas.
So it's,
That's
I mean, they probably sell one or two a month type thing,
Mm-hmm.
however much they do. But yeah, I could see that. It's definitely, I know they definitely sell out at Christmas time online as well. So,
Right.
We also have Greg Gadillion 117 in chat. He's planning to get 2 of the added helmets to go with his UCS added.
Wow.
That's
Somebody asked me, I think it was maybe in one of my chats, I don't remember. They were like, have you tried putting any of your hats on the helmets? I was like, I haven't, but actually that would be kind of fun if they fit. I need to give that a try.
Do you have Star Wars themed hats?
I have a couple. I have a First Order Stormtrooper one that I got at Disney when I was down there, and I have a Boba Fett hat, but not a lot actually. I have a lot of other Star Wars collectibles, but not hats. So
All right.
Wax Black got his first train at about 9 years old, and second one at about 35. I mean, the other problem is like they don't make many train sets. Like they have the big the $200-ish train set, and that's it. Like they tried during the I'd say like 2006 to 2010 era. They did try doing My Own Train, which was a line that had like 5 different cars and an engine, a couple engines, different cars. And as far as I know, those sold pretty well in the Lego community. I don't know how well they sold outside of that because I think they were mainly sold on Shop at Home's website and the catalog. And back then, it wasn't that popular because the internet wasn't like online shopping. Like we can't do that. Right? But it would be nice if they brought back a train theme and did like individual cars and that individual like rolling stock and trains and. Again, I don't know if there's actually a market for that.
I would love another monorail.
Another monorail?
I would love a monorail.
Yeah.
With the rise of 3D printing, I've certainly read about or like, okay, I'm not gonna buy original monorail. It's so expensive.
Yeah.
But they can go print their own track, and that's I mean, it's a clever workaround. So
yeah, for sure.
A friend of mine did. He printed a lot of rails with a 3D printer, and they work quite well.
I'm trying to think of the guy's name. There's a guy out of Florida who I subscribe to. So I'm currently looking at my subscriptions, and I'm trying to think who it is. Battery Power Trains, I think it is. And he's out of Florida. He follows Dave Cowdice, and they chat a lot and stuff. And he's been buying a lot of those monorail tracks, and they're coming out with some interesting little, like little tiny curves that just move you over 2 studs and stuff like that. But it fits into the system in that they're doing other types of curves and parts that will offset you by 2 studs. So it does make sense. But yeah, I mean, would monorail sell? They could do a Disney monorail because they have a Disney theme, and the monorail is still active. Yeah, battery powered bricks, right? Waxbot. I did get there. Just took me a second. The monorail could work for that, but I don't know if it wouldn't be the same type of system. It would be probably more like the 1x2 brick built ones that some of the Japanese builders are doing.
Right.
With just, no, it wouldn't be that either because that stresses the bricks, and I don't think Lego would want to teach us how to do that. But it's always interesting to see or to guess what they're going to do next. For example, the which we'll talk about later, but the little cafe set, the French store front, the larger scale one, which came out of, from what I'm hearing, it came out of the whole gift for purchase ones that they had of all the little storefronts. I guess they went fairly well, or they must have been popular enough, and now they're trying this, and I was thinking, a Dutch cheese shop would be kind of fun, or or Canadian, a Beaver Tails, which neither of you know what that is, but like a pastry. Or I don't think you had Beaver Tails when you were here, right, Matt? Or
I know what they are, but
Yeah.
I think if they might be called something different in the States. So
Yeah, maybe it is a Canadian thing from what I know. But and it's basically just a pastry they fry in oil and then butter, sugar, and cinnamon on top. And
sounds terrible for my heart, but delicious.
oh, they're amazing.
They could
but
do a German Oktoberfest.
Yeah. Well, yeah, there you go. Like Oktoberfest in Germany, in the States.
Because everyone knows it. I mean, it's
Yeah.
it's big in the US as far as I know.
Yeah.
So
I have a couple of friends that go over for Oktoberfest to Germany every
Mhm.
single year. I mean, they just
oh
do.
really?
They fly
Wow.
over. They
Mhm.
will post pictures of them at the beer hall, and
Right.
the Fräuleins with the large, steins.
The 10
and
steins of beer
they're
and-
all drunk and smiling, and they look like they're having a fantastic time. So
Yeah.
um,
It's
In,
a big thing every year.
Ontario, Canada, has the second largest. Oh gosh, I forgot the name right now. The second largest Oktoberfest happens in Kitchener-Waterloo here in Oktoberfest in October as well. It's the second largest outside, or it's I think the largest outside of Germany,
Oh wow.
because that was a very populated area for German settlers years ago
Mhm.
as
Mhm.
well. So
I was talking to my mother. So before we went on the air, I was talking about how in my own family, and my mother's side is 100% German. So
Mhm.
and all of my relatives come from that Swiss German border. And as an adult, I came to love sauerkraut and bratwurst and knockwurst, but I didn't eat that growing up. And I said to my
Okay.
mother, I said, your whole family is German, and
Mhm.
never once at grandma and grandpa's house do I ever remember seeing sauerkraut. Like, why is
Okay.
that? Like, that's such a
Mhm.
specific ethnic
It is.
food. My
Mhm.
grandmother still spoke a little of what they called Pennsylvania Dutch, which was German.
Mhm. Mhm.
She would still sing some Christmas songs in German.
Oh, wow.
But so there's still that cultural memory, even
Mhm.
even that
Wow.
far down, about
Mhm.
8 generations after immigration. But no sauerkraut. I
Amazing.
was like, what is up with that? No sour. She goes, I don't know. She said, even growing up as a child, she said, we just didn't have sour. She said, if we went to my aunts and uncles, they might have sauerkraut, but it would just
Right.
apparently like either her mom hated sauerkraut or something. It just wasn't on the table.
You
So,
either like it or you don't.
I
It's-
guess.
Yeah.
I mean, unfortunately, I'm in the don't category. So
Is that right?
yeah, I don't know. We had sauerkraut, like being Dutch, like I guess
Right.
crosses borders. We had it as kids as well, and it was just
Oh,
wasn't
really?
something that I liked. I was a very picky eater.
Mhm.
So maybe if I tried it now, I would like it. But it's cabbage based, right? Sauerkraut.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, I'm not a huge
Yep.
fan of cabbage. For some reason, cabbage don't have.
For me, it was an adult thing, just like
Right.
just like in Korean food, I love like kimchi. But as a kid, I don't think I would have liked kimchi because it kind of has that a bit of like fermentation, a little bit of sharp edge
Mhm.
to it. And as an adult, I appreciate those flavors a lot more than I did as a kid. But
Mhm.
so one other question that I was kind of curious about is that here in the U.S. in North America, when my friends from Canada come to the States, they will notice that it is a little bit better price wise to buy things in US dollars sometimes than in Canadian currency. And they'll sometimes buy things and then take it back across the border. Again, it depends on the exchange rate, and those kinds of things can fluctuate. When I worked at the Lego store here in Atlanta, Georgia, we once had a couple come in from Australia, and they had literally brought an empty suitcase just to buy Lego and take it home.
Yeah,
Because
Australia and Canada are completely different. We do not buy Lego in the States and expect it to get it cheaper.
Right.
They are equal or worse.
Mhm.
So, I know that all the UK sets are priced in obviously in pounds and not in euros, but is there any famous difference, or because most of Europe uses the euro currency, it's not really a big deal. People don't make a comment about, what the price is in different.
Mhm.
I assume the price is the same in euros in each country, or in all the countries, right? In all the Europe.
I think so. It also depends on the VAT of the country.
That's true.
For example, I think we talked about it when we did the phone call, Jeff, that in Denmark Lego is very expensive compared to Germany.
Yeah.
Well, very expensive. It is more expensive.
Yeah.
I don't know about Britain. I bought a few sets from people in the UK over eBay.
Mhm.
But I mean that these were private purchases, so I don't know about the prices in Britain, to be honest. But in Europe, the prices are pretty much the same, I think, depending on the VAT of
Yeah, I was
each
gonna,
country.
yeah, because most of the time the American dollar and the euro seem to be pretty similar
Mhm,
in
mhm,
matching pricing. Like I don't know if they're
mhm,
how close they are, but so most of the time you'll hear it's like 200 euro and 200 American, and
mhm,
you know,
mhm.
and then
That's
you
right.
multiply by 0.3 and guess the Canadian price. But but yeah, Australia I think is almost sometimes can be double or like 50% more or something like that price wise compared to us.
Mhm,
So
Ev-
mhm,
I can totally understand Australians doing it.
Everything was
mhm,
more expensive there. I mean, we went for a week and we had a fantastic time, and the food was delicious, and the people were incredibly warm and friendly. But everything was more expensive. We went
mhm,
in a bookstore, and you'd pick up a book, and there would be the price in pounds, euros, and dollars, and then the Australian dollar price would be like 50% more.
mhm.
And there were a couple of books about Australian history that I was interested in. I was just like, I'll buy this when I get home. I'll just
Mhm.
order it.
Well, and I mean it's because of the country, the way it's laid out. I mean it's not similar to Canada, but I mean there's large distances between all the cities.
Yep.
They're all coastal for the most part, right?
Mhm.
So in order to get food from like to northern Australia from say southern Australia or wherever it's imported into, it's quite the travel.
Mhm.
So
Yeah, and the east and west coast of Australia are as far apart as the Atlantic and Pacific coast here, and there's almost nothing in the middle. So I
yeah,
mean, at least in U.S. and Canada, you've got your railroad lanes, and you've got cities where you can have a more efficient distribution
Mhm.
network, and it's all coastal.
well, it's all like arid desert type, you know,
Yeah.
40 plus degrees Celsius temperatures on a cold day, So I watched the Aussie Gold Hunter show. I'll admit to it. So I know a little bit more about the country from that. It's just the center is just all gold apparently. But anyway,
All right.
anyways, we've been kind of bantering a bit, and we haven't really, we've talked about Kai. And Kai, you want to tell us the community anything about yourself, the whole for other people watching?
Yeah, oh, sure. I mean, I've been a big fan of your show, Jeff, for a few years now. Um, I really do enjoy it. I just I get up in the morning, early in the morning, to just to say hi. That I did a few times. Usually I watch it. I shouldn't say that too loud, I guess, because while I'm working on Thursdays or Friday mornings. So um, I came back into the hobby 4 years ago, before COVID or before COVID. Um, and I've always been a fan of classic space when I was young. And I bought the monorail in 2020, and I told my wife that would be it. And 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 I saw David Cowders's layout, and I
Yeah.
thought, well, you should build something for your minifig, something where they can live. And so everything just started up again. Now I have, like, I think, a reasonably big collection of classic space. And yeah, I get the inspiration from you guys. That's why I basically uh, watch your show on Thursdays. And
So from us guys, it's really just the Davids because I don't build much space.
that's right.
There are
But
exceptions, but
then again, the news and everything that you
oh,
do, is inspiration to me. So and um, you guys, you talk about Lego, all kinds of things, and you can get inspiration from everything. I mean, you talk about things you're building, and there are always little things you can use, I think. So it's always worth to check out people who are building Lego, whatever it is. It's not important if they are if they are into city, if they are into art, Lego art things. You can always get a building technique or something from it.
Yeah.
So you
I
can. I personally learned a lot from your show, Jeff, and from you, Matt, or from David Cowdice and layout, and so and I really needed that because I'm stuck. I don't know when I stopped playing with Lego, maybe when I was 13 or 14. So I was stuck there, and like in the past 4 or 5 years, I think I learned so much. It's amazing. So I can just I'm grateful. I'm grateful that you guys do this show, that other people do videos about Lego, and there's always something you can learn.
There's so much,
Go
so much of what I do is buildings, and then I've done a really large mosaic, but some of the stuff that other people have figured out, like how to achieve certain effects or how to get certain shapes and structures. And even though I've been back into it as an adult since, I don't know, 2004-ish, which is actually now that's 20 years now. It's 2
Quite a long
decades.
time, yeah.
But there's still like whole areas of Lego construction that are foreign to me. And, I like to look at other people. Lighting is one thing that I've just kind of dipped my toe into, like how to light your builds. And I feel like a total novice when it comes to lighting. And so I'll be talking to people, and a couple of my friends, one of them here in Atlanta is a guy named Jason Santee. And so he's been buying little light kits and just experimenting. He actually bought a tiny handheld black light so that, I think they're sold. So like if people want to check out their hotel room and make sure it's actually clean, but he bought it to fluorescent Lego because one of the things he found out is that certain colors, they always respond to black light. But then there's a couple of other colors, and it just depends on when the bricks were made. I can't remember now which colors they are, but like he brought his little handheld black light over and pulled open a tray that I have sorted by color. And then he's like, we turn the light off and turn on and it's like some of the lights fluoresce and some of them don't. And, it's just, it's interesting. I wouldn't have known that if he hadn't told me that, some of them do and some of them don't. And in certain colors, it just depends on which factory they came out of or what year they were made. So it's fascinating.
Dave Cowdice, I'll add you in a second since you're late. Cowdice uses the black light to sort his transparent colors as well. So now I have to figure out how to do this because we just lost Matt. Matt's still there.
I'm here.
Great view here. There it is. We've lost the board. Look, it's the other. It's the other guy.
Hi, David.
Hi, guy.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to finally see you.
Have you guys?
That's true.
Have you guys talked at all like off?
No, we
chatted a few times.
We exchanged messages, but we never actually talked or.
Well, I meant messages.
Yeah.
So, cool. So
cool.
Well, you've probably seen my friend here in Atlanta, Dana Troubles Bricking. He did all of the classic space, but little tiny versions for the
I know. Yeah.
And trying to figure out how to shrink them down to like half scale, and so like he and I would chat sometimes, just text or whatever, and he'll be like, I'm trying to figure out how to make this one thing smaller and still have the same shape that the original had. And it's kind of a running joke that I'm his parts laboratory. Like if he doesn't, he like texts me and he says, do you have this in blue? And do you have this part? And he's like, I'm out and I need like 8 more to finish this thing. Cool. And I'll be like, if you drive over, yes. I'm not driving the parts over to your house.
So yours parts library or bibliotech?
I'm following the North American Lego community more than the German one, to be honest. So I know a lot of people. That's how I came across you guys. So I've seen many builds by Dana. So he's just great. I mean,
Dana also walks around with a black light at Lego shows.
Really?
Fluorescent stuff. Yeah. He usually has one jumping on them.
Well,
When in most North American shows, like on Saturday night, they'll have like an hour where they turn the lights
Mhm.
down. So if you have something that's lit, it's more easy to see the lighting.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
some people actually intentionally choose the more like phosphorescent colors, and so you bring a little light, and it makes it just really pop with the color. It's fun.
right. Cool.
Well, there's my 4-leg. Here we go. That's kind of cool. Kai's
Yep.
big, we're small. I knew I had one. I just couldn't find it. Yeah. So yeah. Dave, how have you been doing?
Busy, really busy.
The
Really busy.
the
Yeah.
it's finished now.
Well, the basement is finished. They put the shower walls, or the shower walls and shower door is installed, so everything is done.
Good.
And I thought they were done, but they forgot the water heater, so they had to come back next
Oh,
day
like
to
the
pick
one
up
that was in the garage.
yeah, the one that was in the garage. So
Yeah.
and so and I came to the conclusion that I wasn't going to be able to unload my storage unit in time, so
Oh.
I just decided to eat the cost and take my time and instead and do things right.
Well, that way you can move the Lego room in slower as well, and you don't have to rush
Yeah.
it in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I can instead of rushing things over and then building shelves and stuff like
Yeah.
that, I can build the shelves and then move the stuff over.
Yeah.
So
It's a good idea.
but I've been busy building stuff instead. So I put together the furniture in my mother-in-law new bedroom, which was my old Lego room, and now it's going to be my mother-in-law's bedroom. So put together the bed frame, put the mattress on, and then got another mattress that I put in Isaac rooms because my daughter came back downstairs. I put the all of my daughter's things in her new bedroom, so now she can sleep in her own bedroom. So yeah, things are moving along. I
Cool.
actually received my standing desk for my new Lego studio, but I haven't had. I was hoping to put it together today, but unfortunately the dinner went late, and my wife actually wanted me to look at some chalets because we're planning our summer vacation. So
Yeah.
she had picked some up on Verbo, so she wanted me to look at because if you don't book now, you're not gonna get anything. So
It's crazy, eh?
yeah, crazy. So yeah, I was looking at I was actually looking at the chalets, and then I went, oh, it's 9:17. I should probably head to stream with Jeff. Sorry, Jeff.
Well, you
Yeah.
beat Dave Cowd. It's not that I'm not sure if he's showing up, but you beat him, so it's all that.
Mhm.
So
So yeah, and of course I've been busy with hockey. I play my first game in like 2 months on Saturday
okay.
because I didn't play in December because my games kept clashing out with my son's game, and since I'm coaching, I cannot say, "Hey guys, I'm not gonna be there because I'm playing hockey." So yeah, so I played my first game in 2 months, but I had like it's not my style to brag about it, but I had a hell of a game. I had 2 assists on the first 2 goals of my team,
Nice.
and we won 4-1. So
Oh, that was you played last Saturday.
that's Saturday, yeah.
Okay, sorry. I thought you
Wow.
were playing this Saturday. I got
No,
missed
and
that.
yeah, I'll probably play this Saturday again, but
Yeah.
So Friday, this 2 days from now is my first game in 4 months because of my foot,
Wow.
my toe. So I'm very excited. I went to open skate twice this week. I fell down skating backwards once each time. And so my edges were still good, but my leg strength's a little wobbly just from not having to be off my feet for a couple months. So I'm very excited to get back out. Even if I'm terrible, I'm just glad to be back out there. So I'm
Yeah,
looking
I was like a kid, man. I was excited. I was making jokes. I was talking all the time. I was laughing. We could have lost like 6-0. I wouldn't have mind, man. I was like,
oh yeah.
I'm way too happy to play.
Mhm.
So
Well, that's how I was after coming back from COVID. So I didn't play for, a full year. And then I came back and honestly, like I'm at the age where I know it's not going to last forever. Like this will stop at some point. And I just was happy to be out there.
Mm.
Like, even if we lost and I was playing with some younger people and, they were getting frustrated, I was like, hey, at least I'm not sitting at home or, like,
They're like, go home, go sit at home. We want to win. So. Cool. So Matt,
yeah.
what do you
Nice.
but I almost celebrated Lego Day. Almost. Like I said, I have things in my cart right now.
Yesterday was Lego Day. Yes. Okay.
Yesterday was Lego Day. I have things in my cart. I have like the city spaceship in my cart. I have the Blacktron Renegade in my cart. And I have like a bricks and pieces order with the bestsellers to Blacktronize the Renegade even more. So
Okay.
and I still haven't used the $3 $5 coupons that I got from at Black Friday. So yeah, I'm itching, man. But I made a promise. So
yeah. Well, technically the renovations are done. Technically. But the
yeah,
house
but
is put
technically,
together.
the Lego Studio isn't done yet. So
Gotcha.
Is there an expiration date on those coupons? You might want to keep an eye on that.
Yeah, that's a good point. I think there might have been like a 3-month thing on them. So worst case scenario.
yeah, but they're just I checked on them a few days ago, and they're still good. So
All right. Yeah, because I know they have done that in the past where they kind of expire them after a while. So which I didn't think they were allowed to do, but that might just be a Canadian thing. I don't know.
no, they're not Canadian. If according to Canadian and Quebec law, which is even harder, they're not allowed to expire coupons.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
really?
Mm.
Yep. If you buy a gift card, they cannot take it away.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's still valid.
Does Germany have Lego brand retail, or do people buy them at other toy shops or other places? I don't remember if Germany has Lego brand retail.
They do.
Well, we do have Lego stores, of
Okay.
course, and we have like dedicated Lego shops where people sell Lego and other toys.
Okay.
And we also have like people who, of course, like probably in North America, people who sell used Lego.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just know that I actually pulled up the map. At one point, I was thinking about writing an article. I proposed writing an article for Brick Geek about which countries and which U.S. states are overserved or underserved by the number of Lego stores per person or something like that. And I remember that I pulled up some of the other countries on the Lego website, and some of them they use affiliates, but they don't actually have Lego brand retail. So I think that's the case in Italy. I think in Italy there aren't Lego owned stores, but there are Lego affiliated stores. So I know that it does vary by nation. Not all countries are the same.
And just out of curiosity, what country do you think has the most Lego stores? Because I think I know the answer to this, and it might surprise. I think it's China.
Really?
China
because
has the most
China,
Lego
I think
stores?
they have like 300 Lego stores or
Wow.
300 Lego branded
Wow.
affiliate stores or however they do it.
Hmm.
And that was part of the deal that Lego struck with China. They had to put a plant. As far as I can tell, they had to put They had to build the factories in China. They had to open up a whole bunch of stores, and at that point, China would start cracking down on the people that are copying the Lego bricks and stuff.
Intellectual
Yep.
property.
Intellectual, yeah, the IP of Lego and stuff like that. I believe that's kind of what they did.
Okay.
I'm not 100% sure. That's just kind of how I think I heard
So
someone say
that's when the crackdown on Lipin happened, actually.
Yeah.
Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, well, yeah, we haven't seen we don't see as many being reported these days. So maybe it's working.
I think that Lipin was like the biggest one out there, and I think when they cracked down on Lipin, it discouraged everyone else from doing. I mean, you could still find, if you look at AliExpress or Temu, you can still find clones of almost every set made by Lego, but
it's crazy. Yeah?
The big thing I'm noticing here in the U.S., and I don't know if you folks are seeing it in your residences, but I'm seeing a lot of advertising from Funhole, which isn't copying Lego sets, but they actually have their own designs. And one of my friends ordered a couple of the sets just to try them out, and he was actually saying he's like, they're going to give Lego a run for their money. He said the quality seems to be very close. They come with internal lighting kits, so when you buy a set, it comes with lighting. And he said, as far as we can tell, just kind of looking at their website, they don't seem to be stealing the intellectual property of Lego designers or fan design mocks. They seem like they're hiring their own designers and doing that. So we'll see what happens, but the cost is definitely cheaper. It's not as cheap as Lepin was, but it's definitely cheaper than what Lego charges for the number of bricks in buildings, for example.
Sorry, I'm just replying back to Kai. He was typing. I could hear him typing, and all of a sudden in chat, he's replying back. Yeah, Burkina is German. I find I Canada, United States, Germany. Those are the three countries I usually buy my Lego, my Bricklink stuff from. U.S. is not necessarily as much as Germany, just because Germany's, like, all the German sellers seem to have a lot more stock that have fallen off the back of the trucks, or however they've gotten it. I don't know. I still don't know how they get 10,000.
The back of a Danish truck.
Yeah,
Right.
Danish truck.
And there's like a couple of stores in Poland, and there's one in like Slovakia that has like enormous quantities. But there's just, there's a couple of these huge stores. I love Burkina. I can spend a lot of money at Burkina because you just start like, oh, that's so cheap. I'm going to get 500 of that part. And then before I once just to entertain myself, scrolled through, like, I priced it from like cheapest per price to the most expensive. And I just clicked stuff over into a shopping cart. It got it to be like $500, which I was not going to spend that much. I was like, well, that was a fun like fantasy. And I like delete cart.
Yeah, I don't do that anymore. I don't just buy pieces because unless I'm trying to fill up my cart. But like I ordered from like a Canadian Bricklink seller like last week for this big yellow cogwheel, and he had like an $8 or $10 minimum order. So I threw some extra pieces in that were on my list, and it turned out one of the pieces I ordered he couldn't find, so he ended up crediting me back. So I didn't actually have to spend the full amount. It's like, okay, I'm happy with that.
But let me just understand this, because I mean there are so many Bricklink stores or shops in North America. Why do you still buy in Europe?
Because quantity, shipping speed.
Right.
Sometimes I can get it quicker from Germany.
Yeah.
The only problem is
and shipping cost is also quite low in Germany.
Low, but
Really?
50% of the time I get hit with import duties. It depends on how it comes into like if it comes in through Canada Post,
Right.
like if it comes in and gets into our postal system, most of the time I don't get duties on them. I said
Right.
duty, I know.
Duty.
But if it ends up getting into one of the major couriers like FedEx, UPS, Purolator in Canada here, at that point you're automatically dinged like a $20 charge plus the tax.
Right.
Because that's how they make all their money, is by doing that. So
And I would say that I can order from Burkina in Germany and it will get to my house faster than some American stores.
Yeah,
I don't know how they do it, but it
Sounds unbelievable to me.
I'm assuming that they fly like it leaves Germany that day and it's automatically on a plane to Canada or the States, and then it just gets into the postal system right away. So it's basically like it left someone in the States house or in Canada's house and got into the mail system.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah,
But,
it's
okay.
crazy fast.
Yeah.
I don't know
Right.
if Burkina does such a high volume of shipping that they get qualified for some kind of like wholesale reduced price, but the prices
Yeah,
are
I'm sure.
reasonable.
I'm sure they do.
Um,
Like
I-
the big
I get it with-
stores surely do. They have special rates, I'm sure.
I mean, even for us, like Canada Post, I have a business account with them, which is free. You don't need to have a
Mhm.
business. You can just get a business account, and they have different tiers. And like the $0 to $2,500 tier a year gets you a certain discount, and then the higher up you go, the better it is.
Mhm.
Yeah, 3 days from Germany to the UK.
To the UK, yeah,
Yeah,
it's no problem. Mhm.
so it's crazy. So, Matt, did you? I don't remember if we actually touched base to see what you'd have been doing other than hockey.
No,
Skating.
not
Oh.
yet.
I'm trying to clean up the desktop. We're having the Atlanta BrickCon in like 8 days, so
Mhm.
the guest room, which is where all of the unfinished, unsorted brick gets piled, has to be emptied out. So I pulled a whole bunch of light gray brick that I sorted into general quantities, but I didn't actually fully put it all away
Sort.
ago. And I'm putting it into the correct bins during the show. So when I mute, that just means like I'm shuffling around and I'm putting some stuff away. But yeah, my major thing is everything that I have at the show is ready to go, and the show is only, as Jeff knows, is only like 12 minutes from my house. So I've been working on I am the ambassador, and I've been very busy doing our bulk lug part selection. So we're going through that process, and it's a 2-step process in our chapter. So people who have participated in shows, which is about 40 people, they have the right to just select one part on the 85 element list. So that's your reward for helping to put on our shows. And then that's going to fill about half of the slots. And then we vote on the remaining 45. So I've been busy tallying stuff up, and I say it backwards just to drive everyone crazy. I've been tallying up on my Google Sheets, and like last night at midnight was the deadline for everybody to turn in their nominations. And of course, 5 people didn't meet the deadline. So I phone called one person, and I was a little bit concerned because this person's been pretty active, and I didn't hear anything. I didn't get an email. I texted them. I was truthfully a little worried about their health or something. Like, did something bad happen to them? And I didn't hear anything. And they finally texted me back and said, I've just been super busy with work, and can I give it to you tomorrow? And I said, yeah, that's fine. But
Oh, geez. So, Kai, I know you've built some stuff this week, so why don't you let us know what you built? Because
I just showed it. I did build the Blacktron Renegade because
look at you.
For whatever reason,
I'm jealous.
the Renegade, the old Renegade was not sold in Europe, as far as I know. You can get it on eBay for ridiculous prices if you want to, but I haven't done it. I built the city spaceship.
Oh, I'm so jealous.
So I was really busy this week. I also built this very nice rover, which I like very much. I got that last year for my birthday in May, but I only bought.
That's a cool build, though. I have that one.
Very
Was
much,
that-
very much so.
was that in the city space line, or is that
Yeah.
a friend?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. So I really like all these builds. To be honest, I like the minifigs. I really like the minifigs. So
Okay, but Kai, there's some people who prefer the city spaceship over the Blacktron Renegade, and some people
Really?
are saying no, the Renegade is better than the city spaceship. So
right.
your honest opinion.
I like both of them. One thing I must say. What is it? What David Cowder says all the time? Not shaking my fist into the general direction of Denmark, but
Yeah.
I don't like open spaces like this. I hope you can all see it.
We can fix that. There we go.
Yeah. I hope you can all see it. They should have filled that space with a wing or something. I think it's a waste because it has a lot of potential. There are so many things you could have done better about it, but in general, I like the color scheme very much of the new space. I'm a classic space guy, but I know I love the new city space stuff. So, but and one other little thing, why do they have this module with all the plants in it on a spaceship? Can you explain that to me?
It's good to eat your veggies.
Yeah, I mean veggies are good for you, but I don't know. But
Maybe it's
but
supposed to-
overall,
Maybe it's supposed
if
to
it
be
was a lab or something, I wouldn't mind, you know. But
Maybe
you
it's
know,
a
they have this huge building already for city space with plants in it. So why bother doing another one on the spaceship?
Well,
But
but
anyway.
if you look at the expense, they did have some veggies on the
Rosanata,
the
the Razzi. Just call it
Razzi.
Yeah.
They had some veggies there. They were growing their own veggies. So
1988 European catalog. It's listed as French, Belgium, Netherlands. It doesn't say Germany necessarily, but this is on Brickset. I just found this. They have animated turning pages with sound. They had Blacktron, but they didn't have the Renegade. They had
I think I have this catalog.
wow, all the other sets, but not the Red. Wow,
We never had it. We never had it.
I wonder why that is. Maybe it was too much of I don't know. Weapony.
It's the asymmetric design. Germans don't like. German engineering would allow that. So
it wasn't equally. Yeah. Okay. Maybe. Anyway,
No, I don't think so. But you know, I just like it. I mean, there's a lot of things you can do with it, and I'm sure I will be playing around with it, and change things around. It's cool. It's cool.
But don't add animals because Angus McFarlane already did that, and it's hilarious. Every one of those videos is just hilarious. I mean, and he's up to, I think he's up to version 12 now. So he made like 12 videos of this. It's just amazing. I commented on his Instagram saying, my God.
Angus McLean.
I was going to ask about that one.
I honestly haven't had a chance to read or to watch all these. I'm just going to mute it in case it's. But he's been building attachments to his Blacktron ship for all the different animals. So he's got a crocodile coffin, gator coffin.
Okay.
I don't know what that is, but
okay.
So this is his current Blacktron ship. Will it swoosh?
Wow.
Getting a little carried away there.
Yes.
Wow.
But it's and they're good builds. I mean, all these sections that he added, they're great builds. They look Blacktron. He Blacktroned everything, but he's picking it up.
The thing though with the Blacktron cruiser, like with that actual, anyways, I'm gonna stop it. But with the actual set, I find it hard to swoosh. There isn't a good place to grab it in order to swoosh it and still be able to drop the vehicle. Like you have to kind of hold it with two hands.
That's right.
And I don't know. I don't have the set.
Well, okay. Well, Dave, we will conclude with you when it gets back to that. But, since,
if I'm invited again, I will discuss it with you.
Yeah, will it swoosh? You should have a Will It Swoosh episode and go for
I'll build it out. I'll try to swoosh it around, and I'll tell you about it.
Since I've got the full screen up right now, I'm going to throw something on. I mentioned the other day that I was
it's working.
Trying to find more of the Fabuland characters and stuff.
For a German, it's working.
See?
Yeah, but
German
okay, so-
engineering. They
okay,
can
hold on. Do
smooth
that
the
again,
renegade.
Can I do that again? Because we just screened you. Don't be afraid. You know how you see how you're holding it though? You're holding it by the vehicle,
Yeah.
right? So I was
Yeah.
trying to grab it in a place where you could like normally the ships you could swoosh and you could still do the actions, and I just find it too bulky. Like there's not really a good place to grab on the outer frame in order to do that. So
Just because
Yeah,
you
I
have
only
small
finished it
hands, Jeff.
this evening. So
the zoom's here.
yesterday evening. So
Hey, Chris.
It's past his bedtime. Why is he here? Your mom grabs it. Yes. The mom jokes. Always love them. Okay.
You have
Last
two small
week,
hands, Jeff.
maybe. I don't know. Last week, see, I would have said a mom joke there, but I'm not going to. Last week,
That's
I
what
was
she
mentioning that the Fabuland characters, and I was adding them to my Bricklink list to try and pick them up. And like the next day, Jeff Brendage, who's where is he? I saw him up here. Jed Star Rudder. He's like, hey, I just found this in the Ottawa region, and I'm like, ooh, like $20 for 5 characters. That also came with a bunch of the old 70s style buildable figures, like the brick built thingies. Didn't care about them, and I'm like, $20. Yeah, if you don't mind, can you try and pick that up for me? So he did. That's the picture of him post
Cool.
picking them up. So I've got more characters, but this week
Very good.
I had internet issues on Sunday. It was out for an hour, and I called my ISP and said, hey, what's going on? And they determined it was something on the line. Some history for the non-Canadians are we have 3 major companies that do telecommunications. TELUS in the West Coast, Bell in the East and Central areas. Well, TELUS is Central as well. And then Rogers, I think, is across the country. They do cable. Bell and TELUS do fiber optic and phone line type internets. And Bell and TELUS actually have a partnership together that TELUS supports the West Coast, Bell supports the East Coast, and they share the data across. So there are smaller companies like Cogeco is one of the ones that services like my area for cable. So they are
Videotron also service a lot of
Videotron, Quebec, yeah. So I'm with an ISP that, well, my company TELUS Internet or Kudo Internet, I think they call it now. So TELUS bought a few of the smaller companies that buy bandwidth off of the bigger companies and resell it, which is allowed in Canada right now. So why not? Anyway, so my internet went down, but the TELUS determined it was actually Cogeco's line. There was a problem with it. This is on Sunday. So I was out for an hour, no big deal. About 2:00 in the afternoon on Monday, my internet goes out. I'm like, I can't work. I don't have internet. Yes, I could have used my data plan and on my phone, but I was like, I don't want to do that because I'm about to cross the border and go into the States. So anyway, long story short, I was like, well, what am I going to do for the next 2 hours? It ended up being 4 hours that the internet was out. So what am I going to do? So I had bought a bunch of the Animal Crossing sets with the idea of putting them into my stores and keeping the characters. And I had I think 11 sets in total to break down. So I started doing that this week, which means that I didn't really get a chance to build much more on my Blacktron vehicle other than getting the black treads in, which looks so much better now.
Yes.
Canopy will be replaced. Don't worry. I just haven't gotten there yet. But I have 10 of the Animal Crossing characters now.
Wow.
They're just adorable.
Cool.
Yeah, they're cool.
Anyways, I don't know why. I just think they're cute. And when I put them with the Fabuland characters, it's like the parents and the kids.
The parents and the kids.
So and basically that lot that Jeff got me, there's only one character that I actually already had, which is the bulldog. So basically I'm adding 4 more characters to that. So that's kind of fun. There are 90 Fabuland characters.
What?
90?
Lego has produced, because what they've done back then, what they did was this character has yellow pants and blue torso. Oh, we're just gonna
Change it.
We're just going to change that to a different color torso, put the head back on, and now it's a different person, right?
Okay.
So and different face printing and stuff like that. But yeah, there are 90 of those
Wow.
characters. So I'm like, I don't know if I'm going to get them all. I'll be happy to get I want 10 or 20
Mm.
just because I think they're cute. I'm not going to try and collect them all. They are all in my Bricklink store or my Bricklink want list. So if they do come up, sure, I'll buy them.
Are you? But the question is,
Yeah.
are you gonna do a muck with all of those
I don't know.
characters?
I think a space mock would be kind of fun. And I think people have
Space
done
animals,
I'm
animals
up
in
for it.
space.
I think people have done Fabuland Space before.
Wow.
But I mean, there's a lot.
Fabu Space.
Sorry, Fabu Space.
Fabu Space.
Fabu Space. Fabuland. No, sorry. Canadian store called Fabricland. Their song is Fabricland. Like it's a thing. And every time I hear Fabuland, I know I've said this before. I just automatically go into that song. So forgive me for saying
Every
that.
time you say land, I'm thinking of Marine Land.
Yeah.
Everyone loves
Loves
Marine
Marine
Land.
Anyway, so yeah, I got those characters done. I also, while I was building this, like I built the prototype for this guy. Like I said, I'm waiting for 2 more of the big wheels so I can build the back end of it. I've also figured out to hinge this a bit so that now.
Cool. That is a cool feature.
Well, because the other one's going to go on the back, right? So I'm going to make it so that I think I want to make it so I can just
It's
pull the pin in.
an all-terrain vehicle.
It's an all-terrain vehicle, yeah.
Yeah.
So, and then I was starting to build the carriages for the other ones, and I've got the black tread for them. But I was going through a bin of my unsorted Technic, like all my black Technic in a bin, and I'm like, this is taking forever. I'm just going to sort it. So I sorted Technic for a day, which I shouldn't have done. I should have just gone to my bins and got the parts that I needed. But in my brain, I'm just going to sort this now because I've already started trying to sort it. So
You're a sorter.
So yeah, I spent more time sorting than I did building, and then my
You're a sorter.
well, yeah.
See, you're yin and Chris is like yang because he was supposed to sort and he built it. He built instead. You were supposed to build and you sorted it instead.
Yeah, but I'm not building for Atlanta BrickCon or anything. I'm just building because I want to build, right? So I also I do have something to share. I'm going to throw this up. Actually, I think it's already here. Hold on. Where is?
You moved the castle upstairs and then the
The
boxes?
castle is mostly moved upstairs.
Mhm.
I did get my order. Oh,
Because
the castle is-
it's again a 2-step process. You have to bring the castle upstairs
yeah.
and then bring the boxes upstairs and then
Well,
put
so-
the castle in the boxes.
So on that note, my kid needed to go to the dump to throw some stuff out at his mom's house. So he's like, "Hey, Dad, are you going to the dump anytime soon?" I'm like, "Actually, I want to go this week because I have my old Christmas tree. I retired the old artificial tree after 20 years, and it was in one of those big bins. I had an extra bin that I bought to put the Christmas tree in because the box finally gave way after 15 years, right? So I'm like, yes, I do, because I wanted to throw that tree out because then I have an extra bin which I can put upstairs, and then I can empty the bin down here, carry the bin stuff upstairs, and then repack it. So all of the small bins, all of the car stuff, I have a picture of that anyhow. All of the stuff that's going in the car is all upstairs. I have the 6 big bins to do. I brought one of them up today, and I've got another one on the go. So I'm like 1.5 in. So I'm going to do that over the next 4 days or so and just bring them all up, take my time, because literally, like Dave said, I have to unpack it, move it up in piece by piece, and then pack it again because I can't lift an 80-pound bin that's like 96 studs wide, or more than 96 studs long by 50 studs wide, up around my staircase and everything. It's just not something I can do.
Jeff, you need to invert your whole house. You put
Um,
like the living area downstairs and put your office/Lego room upstairs. Then it would
better.
solve your problem.
I will build my own house that will have a garage on the ground on the basement level, and a garage is on the main level, like they're offset, or one down below. Right beside the garage will be a storage room for all the modules and all the bins, and then it'll lead into the Lego room. That's in my head. That's what's going to happen. And
I was going to say you need to do your own line of personal workout videos with like how to get ripped carrying Lego between floors.
how to get hello.
Or you do like I did and have doors connected.
Doors. Yes, but I don't have my garage doesn't access my basement. I don't have a garage at all. Right. So
You need to get a dumbwaiter that you could just pull the stuff up from the basement.
well,
An elevator.
an ele-
That's what you need.
you know how much elevators cost to keep maintenance? Anyways. Yeah. So when I build I do in my goal in the next
It doesn't have to be a fancy elevator. A service elevator would do fine, dude.
in the next 5 or 10 years, I will probably be moving out of here and moving into a custom built home at some point. You know, that's still down the road, but it's something we've been talking about. But anyways, I got a Lego order in this week. This is
Woohoo!
a standard order.
Orange.
Oh, and speaking of which, my November 6th Bricks and Pieces order finally shipped. Only 84-ish days old. But yeah,
That's
the orange air tanks were
Well within the margin of error.
the orange air tanks were just to finish the air tanks for this little
Great set. It's a great set. Yeah.
which I obviously have never opened. I just wanted to have the air tanks. White air tanks aren't currently available though because, well, anyway, we'll get into that. So yeah, I started adding extra spots onto the wall because I was doing a vine design on the castle wall.
I
Added
heard
the
it through the grapevine.
started adding the vines, which I
Mm.
think we talked about already, but these are the sprues from those big leaf plants. Just
So you're
cut-
using
Spruce.
the single stud side brick to pin it to the walls. That why?
yeah, the single stud
Nice.
side brick, and then the vines are basically between the green leaf and the bright green leaf. They're just being held in place by pressure.
Under pressure.
And then working along, and that's kind of the wall that I've got. I do actually still need to build a cart full of vines, and then a guy that's walking up to the wall with a scowl on his face and a knife because he's supposed to be cutting back all the vines. That's why there's no vines on any other walls. That's my story.
Mhm.
Because
But Jeff, in all seriousness, it looks great.
oh, I love it. And
Seriously.
It looks great. Yeah.
I was thinking of putting like some kind of a plant head on top here or something like a one it was attacking someone, but I couldn't really find a good thing to design. I thought that'd be kind of funny, but I'm not sure if anyone has, like they do have a Venus flytrap piece or a couple pieces, but it's fairly big. And I think there's a minifig head that's a plant, but I don't think that would come with the same. Anyway, so but and then the catalog. I never did talk about this last week. The Canadian catalog came out and the US catalog came out, and there's this get 250 point thing on the bottom. When you turn to page 52, there's a QR code you scan that brings you to Lego's website where you can enter in the code on the back of your magazine. And we have heard a lot of Canadians, I don't know about Americans, but a lot of Canadians, those codes do not work. So apparently you can call Lego directly and say what's happening and they'll give you your points. I'm just going to try
So-
again.
I
Sure.
grabbed the magazine, but I did not try scanning it yet. So I can't
Mm.
I can neither confirm nor deny that it works here for us.
Mm.
So and I have purposely blacked out areas because as I posted this picture, my sister's like, after it was online in our Canadian Brick Builder chat for a little while, I deleted it. My sister's like, there's a credit card sitting there, and I'm like, there is. It's expired, but
Oh, jeez, I could have ordered my sets and not pay for them.
Black Track.
Could have got his Blacktron Explorer real quick.
So yeah, all these bins on my dinner table here. Obviously, I don't eat dinner here. Those are all the bins that go into the car. Hopefully,
Wow.
try not to put the seats down. The one good thing about North America is our cars are a lot bigger than in Europe. I'll say that. The animal. This was last night. We got our third snow week. This one was an Alberta Clipper. I think maybe David got some of it as well.
Yeah, we did, and we did, and we got the cold that goes with it. It was
and it
8 degrees Fahrenheit today,
Yeah.
and it felt like minus 12 degrees Fahrenheit because of wind shear.
Okay. Thank you for putting it into Matt terms. Put it into Celsius for the rest of us Europeans and American Canadians.
I don't know because I was talking
Like
to my
minus 13.
American colleagues, and my computer is in Fahrenheit because I usually speak with American colleagues. So
How do I remove it from the chat? No, I'm just joking. So yeah, so last night I went to go see my kid at Cadets, which I try to do every week. And like when I left, there was snow on the ground. This basically we had about 6 inches of snow,
Wow.
15 centimeters plus. of snowfall in about 3 or 4 hours. When my kid left for cadets, it was just starting to come down, and there was maybe like a couple of centimeters on the ground. And then when I left, there was already 15 centimeters down. And so I came back in at 10 o'clock at night and shoveled for an hour. And this is not my car in the distance. This is my neighbor's car. We share a laneway. That's what this little line of snow is. There's like a little speed bump in between our laneways. So they shovel mine, I shovel theirs whenever we're out doing it. And this morning I heard the snowplow come by at about 7:30 in the morning, and I'm like, ugh. And then all of a sudden I heard the snowblower about 10 minutes later, and I'm like, really? So I pulled up my camera and I saw my neighbor snow blowing the plow leftovers. I'm like, thank you. Yeah.
Yeah, in Celsius, it's minus 12 degrees.
Minus 12.
Here,
Okay.
and the wind shear is at about minus 18. So
Yeah.
Wow.
Celsius. So.
Crazy.
So it's
And it's soon snowing, and so that it's like
It's ice
two worst.
cloud and snow.
It's the two worst part of winter. You get
Yeah,
snow and you get the cold.
Yeah. So
Because
that was
usually-
go ahead.
Because usually you get either the cold, the very
Yeah.
cold, or and no snow, or you get the snow and
Yeah.
milder temperature. But
Yeah.
now,
So yesterday when it was snowing here, it was just hovering around freezing. It was just below freezing. So that's why we got a lot more of the snow. Again, it was like what they call an Alberta clipper, a front from Alberta that comes whipping across the country, picks up a lot of moisture off the lakes, and then dumps it on us. And earlier this week, we actually had a blizzard. Actually, it was the day before. We had a blizzard come down from the strong winds from the north that just picked up snow. We didn't get a lot of extra snow, but it was just all the snow got pushed around and stuff. So we've had school buses canceled for 2 days in a row and stuff. But kids are going to go back to school. I'll tell you that. Anyway, we are an hour and 11 minutes in. We should probably talk about the news.
is there any Lego news?
There is.
I know there's Mattel news.
Yeah. So and that's one of the things I pulled up as well. And it's Dana who lowers the tone of old gray bricks. It is. Oh yes, of course. But sorry, I catch
Dana is the master of the double entendre.
Yes, but we all play the game, for the record. Kai, do you watch old gray bricks?
I did a few times. Yeah.
He was disgusted.
Yeah, I don't.
No, I wasn't.
I'm curious,
No.
It might start up on Thursday nights again as well. So
All right.
if
All
they're
right.
watching, there's talk of that. I'm not sure if it'll happen, but there's talk of it. So yeah, okay, news. There is only 2 Lego items this week. First one being
Only
the
2.
Appa the Sky Bison from the Avatar Last Airbender. Sorry, I was trying to remember what the movie or the show was. This one, I thought this might be a repeat, but it doesn't look like it is because we've seen one of these in the past. It's a 2,000 piece build by Trojada. It celebrates the 20th anniversary of the cartoon.
It's a fluffy potato.
It's a fluffy potato. If you haven't watched the cartoon, it's amazing. It's hilarious. It's funny. It is geared towards kids, but it's still good. The made for TV stuff from Netflix. I think it was Netflix that did it. I watched it. I'll watch it again. I'll continue watching it, but it's not as good, but it's still there. So yeah, there's that idea set, and then there's also Grand Central Station, which is also a beautiful looking model.
It's grand.
Yeah.
It's central.
Nice colors.
Station.
Built by Mind the Brick. Build features a 20th century train station that is fully modular and has roofs that can come off to access the interior. It has a lot of figures on the front. They don't show any shots of the side. Oh, actually, this is the back there. So there's a train line there.
I really like this build. I think it looks great. It looks amazing. I think Lego should definitely push that idea.
Yeah.
Although I thought Lego was trying to avoid the modulars in their thing, so it might get disqualified just for that, or not disqualified, but just not chosen. But
yeah, but
a Lego modular train station. If Lego were to do that, then I don't know, bring out more trains as we were talking about earlier, that might help. All right, next up we have Okay, well, we might as well do this one right now. The Mattel Brick Shop, Lego Mattel, Lego's
Mattel.
competitor in certain worlds, announced yesterday on International Lego Day at the which Nuremberg, was this the Nuremberg Toy Fair?
Yeah, the biggest store fair.
Yeah. I think it was Nuremberg. Anyways, that they were going to create their new line of brick shop, or like their new knockoff Lego. They do own Mega. This is a separate venture from Mega Bloks. So there isn't really a lot of information. I know, Dave, you dug into it some more.
Yeah, I've read the press release, and I
Yeah.
went to the Mattel's website, which
yeah.
and they have already set up the brick shop part of their website, but
Yeah.
there's not a lot on there, and there wasn't a lot on the press release either.
Yeah.
I mean, they're making bold claims like we're gonna disturb the current status quo, and we're gonna use new materials to bring in a new experience for builders and stuff like that. But
Yeah. To deliver value.
these are bold claims, and I mean, they bought Mega back in 2017,
Yeah.
and back then Mega was a major competitor for Lego. I mean,
Yeah.
it wasn't as big as Lego because no company has ever gotten close to big. Now in the building toy department, they never got any bigger than Lego. But I mean, Mega was giving Lego a run for their money for the longest time, and
And they were getting better and better
not-
quality.
and not to brag, but it was back when it was Canadian owned.
Yeah.
So
Not to brag, but Pierre Normandin, who was a member of the Monlug / Klug back in the day, he's now one of the lead designers. I think last I heard he was lead designers on the modulars, wasn't he, and stuff? Or
Yeah.
on some of the ideas stuff.
Yeah.
Or not ideas, the icons type of lines.
yeah, I think
And he worked for Mega before he worked for Lego.
Yeah.
As
So
well.
back in 2017, Mattel bought Mega brands back then, or Mega, to buff up their building toy line. But
Yeah.
I'm sorry, but they kind of dropped the ball on Mega. And if you look at because I dig through the Mattel's catalog, because I went to see the brick shop part first, and then I went to see the Mega part of the Mattel website, and it's all IPs related sets. It's all cheap little sets,
Okay.
and I mean, there's no big set. There's no like modular. It's all IP related. You cannot like just buy a house and build a house. No, you or a car. It's all related to either Hot Wheels, what's the video name was?
Well, yeah, I mean, there was a
Call of Duty, not Call of Duty, but
well, I mean, Barbie, Hot Wheels, and much more. Like that's some of the properties.
and or Pokemon, and it's all IP related. It's all crap. I'm sorry, but it's all crappy sets. And
does Mattel not own G.I. Joe and Transformers as well, or is that Kenner?
No, that's Hasbro.
Oh, that's Hasbro. Yes. Okay. Yeah, that's right. Because I was like, Hasbro came out with a line of construction bricks years ago too. Okay, I forgot about Hasbro. Like most people do.
So they went with like I said in their press release, they're making bold claims, but they don't have anything to show, and there's no pictures of upcoming sets. There's no so to say you're going to revolutionize the way builders work, and it seems to be geared towards the young adult builders fandom, because I think companies have seen that Lego has been digging into that market. You're not gonna get adults with crappy sets and crappy IPs, and
Yeah. Well, we'll see what they do, and maybe they'll win some people over, maybe not. We'll see. But nice of them to do it on the International Lego Day when the Lego idea was, or the Lego patent was created way back in the 30s, 38, 39, I think. So I can't remember the year.
It
But
was 67 years yesterday.
67 years. So I'm not doing the math because it's later in the day. Kai should do the math because it's even later there. Yeah.
It is
That is hard.
4:20 now.
420.
Wow.
Anyway, Kai does have the day off today for the record. So
Yep.
So Lego did announce this week that they're going to create a florist flower truck global tour. So to promote the botanical.
What?
So basically, a world tour that's based around the botanicals. To bring more people together, Lego Botanical Theme will be doing a global Valentine's tour. So they're going to hit the entire world in one day, featuring the Le Florist flower truck.
Florist.
Okay, fine. Select cities around the world will be able to experience the floral window displays and take part in free workshops to make their Lego botanical sets. Head over to Botanicals Truck Tour to see an event near you. Atlanta, USA, in January 31st to February 2nd.
Oh, okay.
So just before Atlanta BrickCon. New York and Nashville as well, January 31st. All three of them are on the same day. Let's just click on the link. See if they're coming to Canada.
That's Friday. Wow.
Yeah.
This weekend.
That's this week, yeah. New York, Atlanta, Nashville, Stockholm, Sweden, Malmo, Sweden, Aarhus, Denmark, Toronto, February 7th to 8th, while I'm in the States. Wellington,
Snow on the ground.
yeah. London, UK, China, Chengdu, China, Holsbro, Denmark, Paris, France, Copenhagen, Denmark, Hamburg, Germany. Hey, that is.
That is.
Italy and Amsterdam. Oh, so Hamburg, March 20th to the 21st, and May 10th to the 11th in Amsterdam. So they did hit one Canadian city.
So Toronto gets the only visit.
The only Canadian visit, yeah. And it's funny because Lego Canada is probably organizing it, I would assume. So you figure they could hit a few other cities, but it does cost a lot to move stuff around the country here. So, anyway.
Yeah, but I'm surprised because the first Lego store actually opened in Alberta, and I think Alberta is the province where they have the most Lego stores, or maybe it's equal to Ontario now, but
Ontario's got at least 4. I can count off the top of my head, plus the Discovery Center. But yeah, I don't know. Mega did put out some small bags of really great bricks and pieces and interesting parts and colors in non-IP themes. Thought they were great. They were similar to gift poly bags from Lego. Waxblatt saying the VIP bags were great. It's a shame they've given up on them. Yeah, actually, that'd be kind of interesting to have collectible, like a bag of Lego parts that's just parts and colors that don't normally come out. Matt would be all over that. For sure. So
remember the box they had on top of the basic bricks. All these special elements that
they had created and couldn't use. So it was basically a junk bin, but they gave it to all of us, and everybody hated it because there was like a wedge plate, but it was only like the left one and not the right one, or vice versa. So it was like,
well, if you're building an asymmetric Star Wars ship.
All right, next up, Lego 20th anniversary of modular buildings poster for so Lego's got a free download on their website for modular building poster.
Okay, this might be the first free download that I download.
Features all modular buildings.
But it's free
in the past 20 years. It's a zip file that contains various sizes of the poster. Now we just need Lego to release a physical version of the poster on heavy cardstock that we can redeem with points, and it would be all over it. Yeah, the problem is shipping it; they'd probably bend it. So,
well, I mean, truthfully, if the image is sufficient high quality, you could just
you could just get one printed, right? Yeah.
I did that once with some artwork. I just sent it to Shutterfly and had it printed out.
Nice.
I was like, what, $500 for that print? Let me go copy, paste, print.
Well, and Jane Bricks was doing that with the art set that was just announced as well. He's like, you can buy it from Lego for like $200, or you can go to Amazon and get like a print of it for like $20. And it's like, if you're gonna hang it on your wall, which is better? Which saves you money? But anyway, all right. Lego Marvel Spider-Man Explore the Spider-Verse is coming soon with a new figure, Cyborg Spider-Man minifigure. So it's a little kids comic.
Spider-Man. That's
Uh,
the amazing Spider-Man.
Comes with a never before seen figure. So for all you Spider-Man fans, have fun.
Watch out! Here comes the Spider-Man.
Lego currently has a promotion. The Valentine's Day promotion, the chocolate box is still available, or the chocolate heart thingy is still available. But they've also added in a new polybag promotion for the botanical set for $50 Canadian, $40 US, probably $40 in 40 euros for you Europeans. I'm guessing. I have no idea. This is available from now until February.
That's
7th.
breaking news on the show. He's just announcing the made-up prices.
Yeah, pretty much. From now until February 7th. So if I do buy something in the States on my way down, I might actually be able to get one of these. But apparently these are available in Canada in our local Walmarts for $5 or $6.
It's
so,
a dandelion.
I know, but you know what? It's got some. I like it.
It's weed.
But
Yeah,
it's
you try to get those out of your yard most of the time.
it's technically
Yes.
there's the new flower piece in the middle, the new sunflower. Anyway, so yeah, they also have apparently some batched or some what do you call them, gift packs, wildflower bouquet and the flower bouquet for $18 off or 15% off. This is American pricing again, so I didn't see these two, but I did see the other ones advertised on their site here in Canada, so I'm not 100% sure.
And Patrick Bégin, I think, posted on our private chat that
Yeah.
Costco has some botanical sets
on
that
sale.
are on sale. They're $29.99 instead of $39.99. So
Yeah, I didn't actually look at what sets they were, but they also have the retro camera New York postcard and London postcard, saves 15%. Wild Safari, Forest Animal, Red Fox, 15% off. Passenger Airplane and Yellow Delivery Truck, that one's pretty decent, 15% off. Although those are both like that's $100 Canadian set, and I don't even remember how much the plane is, but it's probably more than 100.
yeah, the plane is like $150, I think, $149.99.
So that's an expensive one, even with 15% off. So,
Yep.
But they're offering some bundles to us. For the record, any Canadians watching, the GST and free GST on Lego toys that are not adult products does end February 15th. So if there's stuff, Mr. Sensier, you should order before February 15th. But the Blacktron one won't qualify. So I order the city one first if you have to.
I'm gonna order them both. So
Yeah, I'm actually going to order the city one before that as well. Okay, Lego officially announced a new theme based off the One Piece Netflix show. I saw this, and one of the other reasons why I didn't get a lot of building done this week was because I watched all 8 episodes. It's actually
you
a funny
binge
show.
watched the whole show?
Well, no, I did it over 4 days. I watched a couple episodes a day, but it was decent. It was funny. I never read the anime or whatever, watched the anime, but it was fun. It was kind of goofy.
Hey, his internet went out. He had to watch it. Wait, you
On the Sunday, I was watching one of the episodes when my internet went out, so I couldn't watch it. But yeah, it's basically. I'll just read what it says here. The Lego One Piece sets will be based on the live-action show. One Piece follows the story of Monkey D. Luffy, who has dreams of becoming the king of the pirates, and find the One Piece treasure. Along the way, he finds allies such as Nami, Renoa, Zoro, Usopp, and Sanji, who together become the Straw Hat Pirate Gang and go on their journey to find the One Piece. The reveal of the sets will be coming at a later date. I think I heard it was like March or June. I can't remember when the reveal was. So it's basically a pirate, like a fictional world where the world is like there's all these different pirate factions, and they have weird, like there's a clown pirate faction, and there's there's the Straw Hats, and there's just a bunch of weird sea people that are the pirate faction and stuff. This is going to be probably great for pirate fans because if we get some ships, it's kind of fun. Anyway,
Getting you pirates.
At least I knew I have information
So I
about
once
the
I
source
once
material.
watched this whole YouTube video clip on how did it, in popular culture, pirates come to speak the way that they speak.
Really?
And
That's
it
the
was
point.
actually quite entertaining. It had to do with like some like early movie, and they decided to use like a certain accent from the British Isles and with a twist. And once they started it, everybody just pretended like pirates talk like that.
That's awesome. All right. Next up, new set announcements. This is the one that's blank. It's the invisible set announcements. Hitting F5 to see if that does anything.
But to piggyback on what Matt was saying, I think the actor I forgot William Hurt, I think, who portrayed Barbossa. I think he's the one who like solidified how pirates talk. And
Mhm.
Apparently, the page was. Let's reload that. Apparently,
oh,
the page-
Jeff, your internet is out again.
no, yeah, that's. I was like, okay, I can see you, I can hear you. It's not that issue.
Pedal faster, Jeff. Pedal faster.
All right, Lego Minecraft.
Give carrots to your hamsters.
Yeah.
Feed those beavers snacks. Little beavers on track.
I have now beaver internet.
Matt,
It's
Matt,
good. It's good you're back, David. It's good you're back.
Yeah, Matt, for the record, Matt, you do know the double entendre for beaver, right?
What?
Yeah. Okay. Well, you might not. I don't know. You do,
I-
but I will explain it to you afterwards if you don't know. Anyways,
Beaver internet. No, twice as fast.
so there's a Minecraft live action movie coming out shortly that stars Jack Black and
And it looks terrible.
it looks terrible. Yes. It also has, I can't think of his name now, the guy who played the Aquaman guy. I can't think of his name right now. Jason Momoa is in it and a few other characters. But
It
Lego,
looks terrible.
all right. Lego has revealed some sets for Minecraft. The kids will love it. So there's a couple of sets.
No, that's the worst part because I don't know anything about Minecraft. But
Yeah.
I was with Jacob when we
You should
saw
binge
the
watch
first. I was with Jacob when we first saw the trailer, and he was like, "This is awful. This is not like the game. This is not like it could have been a lot more better, and it's gonna be worse, and it's gonna be shitty." And so, it's not my opinion. I'm just saying what Jacob said.
So your kids swore?
Yes.
Okay, just checking. All right, first up, we have the Woodland Mansion Fighting Ring, 491 pieces, $50 US, and it's a set. It's got parts. I didn't binge watch Minecraft.
It's a set. It has parts.
Again, I didn't binge watch Minecraft. I didn't watch
Breaking
Minecraft.
news. It has parts, and some of them are square.
And some of them are cool. Well, it is Minecraft, so they have to be more cubes. The other one is the gas village gas.
Who's the one who got up at 2 o'clock this morning?
Oh my god!
I think I broke the chat.
It has parts. Deal with it.
What do you say? It's Minecraft. After you just said it's horrible and it looks whatever. What am I going to follow that up with? This one looks interesting.
I don't know. I think the movie is going to be terrible. I don't know about the sets. You're supposed to present the sets.
It's a set.
I'm supposed to critique the movie. You're supposed to say, oh, but look, the sets look great and they have lots of.
Do they?
good
Do they look
pieces.
great?
I don't know.
So it even has parts.
I don't think the Ghast is a balloon. As far as I know, I don't know because I again never played it, never watched it. Anyway, $69 for this set. Again, it has parts because it has, like it says it right there, 555 of them. So there are figures of Jack Black and the other guy I forgot the name of because you guys have just completely ruined my concentration.
Jason Momoa.
Jason Momoa. The Jack Black comes in both sets. Jason Momoa comes in this other one, this smaller one. And I don't think he's in. I don't think that's him here. No, that's Jack Black.
So Jason Momoa now has 2 minifigures.
Yeah, because he's Aquaman. I'm assuming they put out an Aquaman set for him years ago. Jack Black. This will be his first minifigure, as far as I know. but they can now technically do a Jumanji based Lego set, and then they already have the mold for Jack Black's face. But anyways, so yeah, and Best Buy, place to buy electronics. All right, Matt, we'll throw this one over to you eventually. The AT Star Wars.
Do we say
Driver
at or do
helmet.
we say AT-AT?
Well, it depends on what generation you were born in, and it depends on if you want.
I say at, but what
I'd
do I know?
actually-
I'm French
I'd like-
Canadian.
I think we do need a stormtrooper diver helmet. That would be really interesting. Like one of those like giant diver round circle helmets, like the old school.
Okay. For
I
the record,
am
that had nothing to do with that, but anyways, yeah.
I am a fan. So I have bought all of the helmets released so far. They're in one row on my office Lego wall. And
Yeah,
I'm
green
super
one of
excited. I'm really hoping that we're going to get 2 more because typically they've released 3 in the same year. I'm a little bit surprised that it's it's only 1 that we're getting pictures of, but who knows?
They might just be announcing them one a week for the next little while.
Could
Type
be.
thing or something like that.
I have a question.
No,
Shouldn't it be
it's
at a question?
Yeah.
Shouldn't it be like more pale? It seemed to be the shades. The shades looks to me a bit dark red compared to the movie.
There is a comparison of the helmets here, and yes, it does look a little whiter. I can't make that
Because
picture
the movie version looks way wider than this
Um,
version. This version
yeah.
looks like to be dark gray and
yeah, I mean this one is more light gray than anything. It's got
Light
some
gray.
stickers on it, but
Mhm.
Jane Bricks did a talk about it, and he is a fan of the AT-AT helmet, the AT-AT driver helmet, and he said it's actually pretty decent comparison, like color wise and everything. So, but yeah, this one's going to be available for $69.99 US, 730 pieces. It also has parts. It will be available March the 1st. So that's why if they are going to add other helmets, I'm assuming they're going to probably do it over the next couple of weeks. Question though, Matt, were there helmets last year? Because I think people were surprised that they came back because they hadn't been around for a year or two.
I think the last series was the one that had the Mandalorian helmet in it.
Okay.
I think there were no helmets last year, but I could look on a brick set.
Well, we could look on Brickset too, yeah. But
yeah, but I don't think there were any helmets last year.
You know, it's interesting because usually we get obviously new Star Wars sets May the 1st, and typically they don't reveal that kind of release until 2 to 3 weeks before because they like to try to keep it secret
yeah,
as long as possible. But this is January, so
yeah, no 2024.
yeah, no 2024. So we had 2020 for 3, 2021 for 2, 2022 and 23 for 3, and then none last year, and this is the first one for this year.
it's interesting. I wonder if like this was originally supposed to be in the year that only had 2 and they just didn't get around. Like maybe there was some production issue with it. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
I'm spitballing, but
Yeah, who knows? So obviously, I mean, they have never, like you said, they never just released one. So hopefully they'll do another one. I don't know what helmet it'll be, but we'll see.
I was kind of hoping that we would get like a C-3PO head sculpt, but we just got the whole figure, so I don't think they're going to do that.
Yeah, that's a possibility. All right. Also, a new announcement for a brand new theme. The Lego Icons Restaurants of the World French Cafe was officially announced yesterday. No, well, 4 days ago. Sorry, I'm a little off. So this sub theme, and it's the first set is the French Cafe, releasing March 1st as well. 1,101 pieces, retailing for $80 US.
I want a croissant.
S'il vous plaît.
The building itself does not have an interior. I mean, there is technically an interior through the door, but when you turn it around, it's just got a solid wall and a little bit of little window areas so light can come in to illuminate it from the inside. But
My daughter just popped out of her room saying, "Hey, are you saying croissant?"
you thought you
Who
had
said croissant?
So yeah, it's an interesting design of building. It's not minifig scale. It's a little off from that because of the size of the chairs and everything. So I don't know if they tried to scale it to the size of the croissant or not. I'm not sure. Croissant scale, I don't know. The only nitpick I had about it was I was looking at the pictures and this arch in here.
Yeah, it looks bad.
To me, it just doesn't look nice. It's got too many
Mm-mm.
cracks and gaps in it.
Well,
Yeah.
they use the wedge pieces where fans, when they do the arch, they just
use
leave a
plates.
little gap. They
Yeah.
just gap 1x2 plates to make that.
Yeah, but
I
that's
think-
not a legal Lego technique.
It's
right?
not a legal Lego technique, so they
Yeah.
use the wedge pieces, the cheese wedge pieces, but it looks bad. It just,
Yeah,
because it's
Yeah.
because the amount of curve isn't consistent.
yeah.
So it's like chunk, 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 chunk.
So the interesting thing is, I think most of the parts are printed in here at the looks of it. They've got 3 different trans-clear pieces that have been printed. One of them is the little laptop type lid or the handheld. And there might be a picture of it in here. No, there isn't. Brickset had it. I should have pulled that one up. But those are just kind of up here in the roof area. But they've got some gold printing on them.
The sidewalk is interesting also. The way
Yeah,
they
the
built
sidewalk.
it.
The sidewalk is. You know what? Let me just pull this one up in Brickset. Maybe I should use
This
Brickset.
is going to spawn a cottage industry of people who turn these into actual modulars that use
Well,
them. for
that's,
these birds.
yeah, that's the possibility, right?
Yeah.
View all.
There's going to be 15 different ways to do it on Rebrickable, where like you buy the set and then you
Yeah.
add extra brick and you get a full scale modular out of it.
So it's using the 1x2 arch to create a little like nice pattern. I'm like, wow, that's pretty nice. I like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. And here you can see those book lids. That's what they were with the
Mhm.
print on them. So
Those have come in trans dark purple because I have some
Okay.
of them. I can't remember now why they made them, and also
that you would buy them.
I believe,
Made
also,
for Mac.
believe they use some of those with stickers on them inside the
Yeah.
Avengers helicarrier. The
Yeah,
big
I think
helicarrier.
one of Tony Stark's Hall of Armors as well. I think they were using those for some of that with stickers. So anyways, I don't know. Thoughts on this? Like I know that probably none of us will buy it, but do you like the idea of the of this type of a set? Well, Matt's gonna buy it. Okay, fine.
As I said, I'm
love
buying.
I'm sure Matt's gonna buy it.
I'm buying all 3 sets that were announced this week. So
Yeah, okay. Well, you said 2. I wasn't sure which ones you meant. So
I'd forgotten about this. I'll buy this one just for the parts.
yeah, it looks like a good part.
For 40 euros, I would buy it.
Yeah, but
I think the price is too high.
well, this is this is American, so let's just actually throw this into the real money, colorful money.
How many parts are there?
$100 Canadian. 1101, I think I read. Yeah, 1101. So it's like Canadian.
That's
good-
more. That's lower than 110 cents a piece.
Yeah.
So that's actually not.
It's a
Given
decent
the-
price point. It's a decent
Yeah, it's
price
not
point for the parts to get. Yeah.
And I mean, maybe because it is a walled, it's something you put on the shelf because it's not really
Mhm.
doesn't really have any play value type thing.
Yeah, it's a dust collector.
It's a dust conductor. Yeah.
Yeah.
If you build it, it's a dust collector because
Yeah,
you're not.
yeah.
It's not a
If you build
playable
it, they will
set.
not
Or
come. But that's a different
Guess
story.
my house is filled with dust collectors.
all of our houses are filled with dust collectors at some point. So
So I'm expecting if this. So from what I've heard or from what I'm assuming, this theme came off of the collectible, the gift of purchases that they had over the past couple of years. They've had like the little buildings of the world type gift of purchases. I'm guessing they sold okay. If Lego decided to go for a whole theme, or maybe they already had this planned. I don't know. Maybe those original ones were prototypes or were like original. They were thinking, oh, we could do it this scale.
the only thing I'm not curious, but I'm wondering about is why put it on the under the icons theme.
What would you have put it under?
Well, create a new theme like world.
Well, but icons are
Well-
geared towards adults, right?
Yeah, I know, but I mean,
So it's-
for me, icons it's like it's an iconic set,
Oh, so
like
you're saying
the
it's not
Galaxy Explorer, like the Renegade, like
Well, it's iconic
something-
to you, but not necessarily to everybody. I'm just saying.
no,
This is
it's-
iconic.
not
Wait,
for
you
me,
traitor.
but iconic for the Lego brand.
Yeah, fair enough. Maybe they just didn't know how
They
to
should
talk
start.
about
They should start a new building called Lego Facades.
it. Lego
It's not a whole
foodie.
building. It's just
Lego
a facade.
facades.
Just a facade.
Iconic facades.
Iconic facades. Yeah.
I'm just waiting for them to get to America, and then there'll be the Lego facade of the Waffle House. And that one's for you, Chris, if you are still watching or hopefully watching later.
Or they could have put it under architecture, like Architecture Plus
Yeah,
or
I
something
can
like
see that.
that.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So Dave's complaining about what category it's under.
Hey, I have to complain about something.
Well, yeah.
Or either that or you don't have a show, dude.
Well, we had a show when you weren't here for a couple. No, anyways. Speaking of complaining about things. All right. The big announcement this week was the Vincent Van Gogh. I can't say it properly. Sunflowers was officially announced. It does accurately represent the sunflowers, right down to brushstroke type themes.
Mm-hmm. And the lines on the on the perimeter of the vase are very well done.
Yeah, for sure. So this one's also a March 1st release. 2,615 pieces, retailing for $200 US.
Did you see the release they did on social media with the recognized Lego media?
Yeah, where they actually had the copy or one of the original.
Yeah, the original painting. And
it wasn't the original painting; it was an original copy of the painting, but right down to the brush strokes.
Yeah.
That they borrowed from for one of the museums. So something of interest, and I'm assuming this is just the piece itself. Again, Jane Bricks, I'm following him, and he did a review on this, and he was noticing that there's two different shades of the bright light yellow in here. And the one off shade, all of them are 2x4 tiles. So I don't think I think it's the same color. I think it's just, well, what happens if I click on it? Let's just see. No, it's the, you know what? I want this on Brickset. Hold on. Let me just do that again. 31,215.
In this photo, it doesn't.
I think it's the same shade, but it's like the color variation.
Yeah, I think so too.
Yellow usually gets.
Well, the burgundy dark red color often has slight differences in the color.
Yeah.
Even though, and that's been true for years.
Oh,
Huh?
right.
Lego pop-up book. What is that? Did I get the number wrong? 31215. Oh. Dyslexic. I'm not dyslexic, but
Oh, there we go.
images.
Images.
Yeah, so if I maximize this, like, it's obvious that they're, and it probably, I'm assuming it is the same color. It's weird because it is very obvious in these pictures that it is a different shade. Even here, you can see it. And this looks like the real. This doesn't look like a render to me. Well, I mean, these ones definitely aren't renders. I don't know how close we can get. We can't get close enough on that one. But even here, like, you can see there is a slight coloration
difference.
But it's interesting, just like how the color variation actually does make a difference. But it probably improves the painting a little bit, or the model a bit, because it would be different colors technically.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, in this one on the back, they are not using the regular the current art tiles. It is all brick built. So if anybody was looking for more of those art tiles, they're not using them. I'm not sure why, but
that's weird, and that's news to me, and I think it's weird because you already have that piece. You're promoting art pieces based on that frame, and
I mean, a lot of it might be due to the size of the model as well, right? Like, it didn't really fit well for the scale, and you'd have to add a bunch of other bricks around it or something. I don't know, but yeah. So anyways, I'm looking forward to seeing that one like on display somewhere.
Yeah.
Like I'd like to see it in the Lego store before I would determine whether to get it. I personally wouldn't get it for that price. Especially again, this is Canadian or US.
Yeah, if you compare the price point to the flower the
$2.59.
croissant shop that we just the French restaurant that we just saw.
Yeah.
I mean,
But-
So
10 cents a piece. I mean, less than 10 cents a piece again.
one of the things I find interesting about this,
yeah, but they're all small, tiny pieces.
Yeah. Sorry, what was that, Matt?
Sorry, Matt.
but some of there's some pieces that are the first time we've ever gotten them. Like there's some brand new. There's a few new
There's
molds in there. I'm
New
pretty sure.
colors. I don't think there's any new molds.
No. Okay. Well, what I find interesting about it, just from a conception, from a art, a set appeal, is that Lego is using a gap as part of the design. So like there's the gap that runs horizontal between the lighter yellow and the darker yellow, and then there's a gap that gives that darkness that kind of frames the edge of the vase. And that they just usually don't do that. Like Lego typically in store sets is going to make everything fit tight and nice and clean, and it's very tidy. And to give it that sort of painterly uneven quality, they've actually used gaps in a very intentional way. I think that's an innovation, frankly, that we've not seen in official sets.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah, but that's a good point.
gives it more depth and look. Yeah. Sorry, there was a weird comment that popped up in the chat, so I deleted it. But while you were talking, that's why I was giving a weird face. But yeah, I like the idea of it. I would love to buy it if I had wall space. I could possibly buy it for future wall space, at some point, because I do like the sunflowers painting. But I don't know. We'll see.
The only oil painting that I own in my house is a 3-dimensional sunflower motif that I bought at a shop in Savannah, because as I told the person, I will never be able to afford Van Gogh's sunflower. But I was like, this is beautiful. And the paint is actually up to like a half an inch thick in certain parts in the painting that I bought. And if you're curious, it's in my Instagram. Scroll back like 2 years and it's on there. But not a pretty Van Gogh painting. Yes, but does it provoke emotion? That's what
it did. It wasn't pretty. So obviously,
if you hate it, that's an emotion too.
That is. All right. 2 more articles here. This one is also dead. Let me just refresh it.
It's not working.
I'll just
The
control.
quality production. Of the show.
So it's not me. It's the internet.
We want our money back.
Blame the internet.
Yeah.
I do. So Lego. We're almost at the end of February, or at the end of January. So the February shopping guide has been announced. So if there's any sets here that you like, the candy box thingy, chocolate box, is still available to Valentine's Day. So we have the new flower arrangement that's going to be available. A couple of brickheads, or 3 of them, Dumbledore, Dumbo, Eeyore, and Red Panda May. As soon as I said I had Dumbledore in my head, I had to get it out. So I wasn't going to be able to think Dumbo otherwise. It's weird. The Twilight.
Why is Dumbledore in your head?
Because I like Harry Potter.
Yeah.
Not that much.
You called me Dumbledore.
The Twilight Colin
It's okay.
Colin House that does sparkle. I don't even know what Dave is saying. I can't even hear him. No, my furnace just started up, so now I'm straining to hear you guys. Easter Bunny and Chick Egg Hunt and the decorative Easter egg sets. This one's kind of cute. I like these.
Oh, that's nice. I'm gonna buy that.
They're adorable. And that's it. There's not a lot actually coming out in February, which is good for our pocketbooks or wallets or cards.
Good,
credit
good
cards,
for my
whatever.
wallet. It's
Yeah,
good for my wallet.
And I'm looking at this. There's nothing here I would want to buy other than maybe that little Easter set, just because it's cute.
The Easter set is cool. Yeah.
Yeah, I was in the store. I bought some parts off the Pick a Brick wall last weekend, and they had the chocolate box, and I was like, and I'm like, no, there's nothing here I want to spend, $75 on or whatever it was, and I said, yeah, I will pass. I will not get the free thing this time.
I've given up. I've bypassed on 2 gift purchases so far, so I'm doing okay. Okay, I'm gonna now block this user. Delete comment.
Is it more beaver comments?
No, it's not. Look in the chat right now. You'll see it before I ban it. Anyways, I just banned the user.
I didn't see it.
Oh well, sorry. Too bad.
Sorry.
Sorry.
No, I'm not. What are you talking about?
Boot.
Yes, I said it.
A boot.
Okay. Last but not least, earlier this week, Lego added a whole bunch of new parts to the bricks and pieces, and
Oh, dear.
technically, you could put them onto. They were standard pieces in North America. You could add them to your cart, and you could submit your cart. They have now taken those off. So almost all the pieces are now out of stock. Like they're still on the site, but they're out of stock. So you can no longer pick them up. But these are all the sets, all the parts from the Friday movie and or the Wednesday TV show. Sorry, and the
No, you just said you weren't sorry.
I can't think of the other name. The Gwendola, the Wizard of Oz sets. I can't think what they're called though. What the movie was called that came out.
Wicked.
Wicked, yeah. So, anyways, these pieces are sets from October of 2024. So they're actually early because usually it's about 6 months. But given that people are still waiting for October 2024 orders, we understand why many of you will not be ordering anytime soon.
And some of us will have to pony up 234 euros worth of stuff for our lug bulk.
Yeah, well, there's that too. So there is a list here. I just had to find that link. And we'll just get to the pictures here of some of the parts. I'm just going to kind of roll through it. This is one part it is on my list, and I am buying because I have a mock that needs this part in light gray and my Union Station, and it's currently not perfect, not the way I wanted it to. So this part will solve that. But anyways, bunch of the dome pieces.
I like that dome.
This one?
No,
trans-
this one. And the trans yellow and the trans green one.
Trans green. Okay, they're cool. Containers, flags, the Wicked character arms. Which
Wicked.
went to Bricks in the Six. You got a few of these already. The gargoyle, also from the Bricks in the Six.
Yeah, I like that one.
But yeah, the gargoyle, I'm pretty sure we'll sell it pretty quick and will be a hot seller. A bunch of hair, minifig bodies. I'm wondering about that one. Huh? Do we have that color space? Do I have that color space man yet? I don't know. I have those.
Yeah, but you would need the helmet.
I've been collecting helmets. I don't know if that color exists, but yeah, we'll have to see. I'm assuming that's Dark Azure.
Looks like it.
Azure?
Yeah, see, it's out of stock here, but yeah, Dark Azure. So we've already got the new Space Guys coming. That's the City Space Guys coming that color, right? So we might already have helmets that are spacey enough for that.
Speaking of, I know you're not doing lug bulk the cycle, but one of the space torsos is on there.
Okay, only one.
And a few of the people were getting all excited. I don't personally have any interest in it, but
okay. But
the Blacktron one?
yeah, I think it's the Blacktron one. Yeah.
Oh, the Blacktron. Okay.
Blacktron one, yeah.
Yeah, because I was the city.
You can army build Blacktron now if you want.
Yeah. The city space ones could be interesting, but because there's like 5 or 6 of them, like that doesn't really make sense either. I've stopped really looking at the parts here, but I'm still scrolling.
Yeah.
A bunch of these are all off the Mona Lisa sets, I think, as well. Some of the fleshy tiles, windscreens of multiple types. The windscreens in the Batmobile are on here as well. So there might be a few parts I will pick up.
Batman.
Are the Batmobile ones? $17.12.
Ouch!
Wow.
Ouch! And this one, that's Canadian, obviously, but
$17
and 18. Well, Canadian.
$18.42.
So basically, a set of 2 of those, if you want to build the Batmobile, Ah,
Yikes.
Better buy a Batmobile at that point.
yeah, pretty much, eh?
What does the whole set cost?
I don't know, $150, I think.
If only we had a website that we could check that.
I know.
The
Batmobile.
problem is, type in Batmobile. I'm going to get like 50 different things. Okay,
Batman.
This is true.
$200.
$200 Canadian. So, I mean, 80 of that is the windshields. So, buy the set, part it
Buy
out.
the set. Yeah.
Does it come with any figs?
Well, it has to come with Batman. I mean, come on.
No, it doesn't come with any collectible, any minifigures. It's because
Because it's not the scale. Got
no,
it.
it's not the scale. 76 328. Well, now I want to know how much it is parted out, but I'll have to look at that later. As he goes to another
I'm
screen.
guessing these Batman hubcaps are were worth quite a lot.
But do I really need those windscreens? No, but it'd be fun to build with them. I mean, Chris wants those windscreens, so I don't know. I know. Just out of curiosity, parted out. How much are the windscreens here? Control end. Oh, it's not done loading yet. Oh, there is a Batman figure. $56.
Wow.
It's probably unique to the set.
Jesus. Okay, it's
How much-
$6.27. So
So you could sell the figure for $50 and you could sell the 2 windscreens.
for $6 a pop. So buy the windscreens off of Bricklink, people.
That's
Mhm.
but are they the same color? Those looks trans clear as opposed to the other ones.
Well, the other ones were trans clear too. This is the same
Were they?
set. So yeah,
They-
yeah.
Okay, they look darker though. They look like
so-
trans black.
Mhm.
This is how I always do it. I'm just going to verify. Take up a few minutes, but even the instructions are $9. That's decent price for
Oh.
instructions.
Yeah, that's a
It's
lot.
new set, but it's a new set. That's why it's still not. There's not a
Yeah.
lot in the market. So
That price is going to drop fast, probably.
well, and the price of the Batman might drop a bit.
I mean, the instructions price will drop probably.
Yeah, I agree. Sorry, it takes a little while to verify the items, but and I do not have 294 orders currently. I've been adding parts to my store. So when you add a part to your store, if it's something you haven't had, you can notify everybody on Bricklink that the part's available or people that are subscribed to it. So that number keeps on going up because I'm adding the parts from those Animal Crossing sets. And I'm like, oh my god, I have 294 orders. Oh no, wait, that's wrong. Does it actually say? I only have 28, and even those orders are not. It's basically one order I have to deal with.
And soon everything will be 25% tariff.
Yeah. $540 worth of parts. If you list it, if you were to buy the set and sell the parts off.
I need to go buy 8 of them.
But the thing is, you have to sell the parts, right?
Yeah.
You have to sell everything.
Yeah, you have to sell everything. That's the name of the game. So
Mhm.
But I mean, you buy, well, I mean, this set, what did we say it was? How much was it?
$200.
$200 Canadian, $574. So I mean, it's only 1.5 times. Well, not even a 1.4 time markup. If I'm right, if my math is right. Anyways,
It's what 200 to 540. That's
Yeah, two times.
well,
That's
sorry, you're
almost-
only making 100% more,
Yeah.
140% more. So that's how I always do it. I always take the price of the original set away, and that's the profit, 140% profit, which
Got it.
sounds good, but it's sitting in your store forever.
and you
Yeah,
have to do the work.
you have to
It's
sell
all the work.
everything.
Yeah.
Mm.
So, I mean, when I'm buying sets, I'm looking at things that are 200 to 300% of a profit, because that just makes more financial sense. I
Makes
guess.
more sense. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because if you sell only half of the value, you're still getting like
yeah. For example,
150% return.
For example, one of the sets I parted out this week was a Minecraft set, 21257, that I picked up. So I'll just pop it open here. This set, which is horrible. It has parts. You're welcome.
Gotcha.
But I picked up 4 of them in the States when I was coming back from Jamie's house. It was originally a $44 US set. I picked it up for $17.50 US. So 25 Canadian ish, based on the current dollar value. And so I bought 4 of them. Yeah, I bought 4 of them, so I paid basically $100. And when I went to list them, I was listing them at $374 in in parts.
Wow.
So basically
Wow.
270% profit
Cool.
on it. But again, have to sell the parts. I understand that. But the more parts you have, the more chances you'll sell them. And the
Yeah.
figures are worth a lot on these sets. So it kind of gives you an idea. And then like all the Animal Crossing sets, because I kept most of the figures for these ones, I'm basically selling. I'm not making a lot of money off of it, but I bought the set, keeping the figures, selling the set off.
Mhm.
So it's not like that's the profit on top of the set price, or that's what I listed for. Anyways,
Cool.
I don't just buy any set, but I will do that sometimes. Like I would buy a set for a few parts, or at least we used to do that, right? You buy a set for a few parts. I'm gonna shut up now. It's 2 hours and 5 minutes of chatting.
Nice.
I don't think that's a record, but it's getting there.
No.
Are you still awake, Kai?
I'm still awake. I'm still with you.
Oh, geez. All right. So yeah. Oh, you know what? We did. There was one other thing. 200th episode. We talked about that. We talked about art. We talked about a German guest. A tribute to helicopters.
Yes, where's the tribute to helicopters?
Yeah. Where is it, Dave?
I was supposed to put that together.
Well, Dave,
I think it flew away.
Mhm.
I'm
It's
trying.
an idea that's floated around.
Dave, if you look,
It hovered a bit.
Sorry.
Maybe we should save it for St. Cyr's birthday. We could do
No,
a tribute.
no. Hold on. I'm getting into this. I'm just trying to get the Zoom functionality to work on this application. All right, there we go. So, Dave, if you notice, there was a little asterisk right here,
Yes.
and at the bottom of the label, it clearly indicates. So, did you do your homework that you just found out about?
Always read the fine print and add.
Yep.
Let's do the fine print, and it's been there the whole time. No, I was.
It was this small on my
I know.
phone. This
Fine
small.
print. Anyways,
The whole
Bad
picture.
excuse.
I
That's
was
a bad
just having
excuse.
we joke about helicopters over the past 4 years. Probably not that long. Dave, I don't even remember when you joined the chat. I don't know when you joined us day one, but I don't even know who.
I think I joined back. It
Fairly
was what,
early.
episode 20 or 25, something like
Okay.
that.
Something like that. So you've been alive for a while, and because you love helicopters so much, jokingly, of course, I had to throw something into here, and
Yep.
and yeah.
Yeah, but I didn't put the tribute to helicopters. I'm
Um,
sorry. I don't have my bricks yet.
No, this is true. This is true.
Yeah,
I don't know.
they're
I was
storage.
just having fun with it. At some point, we'll do a tribute to hats, or maybe we'll talk about Lego.
Oh
Why
yeah,
Lego
you should do that.
Why Lego has created a helmet line, but they haven't created a hat line yet.
You know, I
A
would buy.
wearable hat line.
I mean, come on.
Imagine Lego baseball caps. I know they've done them before, but with every theme over the history,
Oh,
like
just-
the Abuland baseball caps and the
a bright yellow cap with the
Yeah.
red Lego logo. I would buy
Yeah.
that.
or
I
the
think-
minifig face.
Yeah.
Like the classic minifig face on there. Like they've got the mugs. Why not? Yeah.
Yeah. Just put
My
the
wife
yellow
would
minifig
divorce me,
face
but I would buy it.
What
on a
was that?
green
Pat?
or something. Yeah.
The what?
My
I
wife would divorce me, but I would buy that yellow cap. Yeah.
So, Kai, here's one thing that puzzles me. So you follow me, so you know I do my hat of the day thing, and it's fun. I look forward to it, and I try to think of like some story or something in my life that happened that reminds me of the hat or whatever. So I try not to just make it like here's a hat, but like here's why I like the hat or whatever.
Mhm.
But my favorite store to buy hats is in Austria.
All right.
So there's a company called Toppers with the letter Z on the end. If you Google Toppers with an S, it'll take you to a strip bar. So that's not the one I'm
You have the choice: S or Z.
And
Sorry,
for me
Zed.
personally,
We were talking about beavers previously,
Right.
so
it's not my kind of
Maybe we
strip
should
bar.
go offline. I don't know.
Yeah, it's not
For the
my-
record, don't Google beavers.
So, but the Toppers is run by an Austrian, and he does like a once a week. He hops on YouTube and he'll be like, "Guys," and he does it with this Austrian. I'm terrible at accents, but he's like, "Guys, here's the hats we have this week that are coming out of Toppers," and he's very enthusiastic and he talks really
Mhm.
fast. And I get a kick out of just like seeing him like, here's what we're rolling out. But
Right.
when I went to Europe, I haven't been to Europe in 20 years. So I was in Europe in 2001. And one of the things that people told me before I went over is that wearing a baseball cap basically stamps you as an American at that point in
Mhm.
Europe, because it was extremely rare for Europeans to wear baseball style
True.
hats.
True.
Maybe Canadians wear them as well. And so I was shocked that one of the best like boutique hat manufacturers is a European, and
Mhm.
some of the designs will not ship to the US because there's some rules about like where certain IPs can ship and where they
Right.
can't. So
Okay.
I actually have to order them and send them to a guy in Japan who's a reshipper, and then he ships them to me in the US
Crazy.
because they
Right.
don't sell
Yes.
the same hats in the US that they sell at the European store. So I'm
Mm.
now buying baseball hats from a European. It's just
Sorry, Matt.
it's just and it's just funny to me because I didn't think there would be
It
much
is.
of a market for baseball hats in Europe from when I was there in 2001. But maybe things have changed since then.
No, I think there is a market. I think there is a market,
Okay.
and I think it's a thing for younger people. I would wear baseball hats occasionally, but I think it's more a thing for younger people.
Okay.
Yeah, there is a market, definitely.
Interesting.
We've lost Kai's video. I mean, we can still see you, but you're not moving.
It's
I
a
don't
good
I'm not-
picture though. He's smiling.
It's a good picture. Yes, exactly.
Okay.
We probably hit the limit of the internet from Germany to Canada and the US. It's not my
Okay.
internet because I'm hitting 580 megs a
It's
second.
not your internet beavers.
No,
Hang on.
beavers. But you know what? We will call it a night
Okay.
because 2 hours and 11 minutes is
Yeah.
a long chat for us. But
Yep.
200 episode, it's kind of
Yep.
it's kind of suiting.
Yeah, woo.
Thank you, everybody. The next celebration.
Congratulations again.
The next celebration, technically for me, would be like between like March, the St. Patty's Day weekend, whatever the chat is on that week, because that's technically when we did start. So like I don't know what episode that'll probably be 206 or 207 or something like that. But
We all have to wear green, right?
no, oh sure, I can wear my sweater. That works. I don't own green. At least that fits me. I can wear green. It just you won't want me to
Just get a green hat, then you'll be good.
buy a hat. Okay, fair enough. Anyways,
Yep.
thank you everybody for coming.
All
in.
right.
Thank you, Kai, for joining us. Kai,
Thank you, Guy. You're
I'll add-
welcome anytime you want.
Yeah, I'll
Thank
add
you very much. Thank you for having me, guys.
Jump in.
It was a pleasure.
And yeah, we'll see everybody next week. Next week I will stream. I will try and stream from the hotel. Matt hopefully will be there. Maybe Steve Pula will join us. Anybody's welcome to join again. Not sure how good the hotel internet will be. It's a new hotel, hopefully good. We'll see. But we got his video
Guy's
back.
back.
There's Kai.
Yeah, maybe it was a camera problem.
Camera.
I just
Yeah.
restarted the camera.
Cool.
Canadians have faster internet than we do in the States, so it may not be as good.
It just
No,
costs us a hell of a lot
I'm
more.
serious. It's true. Your
But-
internet's faster than ours. So
But it costs us more.
True.
But we have more beavers, that's why. All right. Anyways, have a good week.
They're running faster.
We'll see you next Wednesday. I will be in a different country. I'll be in Matland. And I'll try and do a couple on the road chats, maybe, or on the road videos.
On
We'll
the
see.
road again.
I will watch them.
All
Jeff is
right.
going
Well,
on
I
the
got that.
road again.
All right. Anyways, I
Hauling
hit the button.
trailer all over
Hauling
America.
trailer full of Lego and wasting gas again. Yeah. All right. Bye, guys.